Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture here, we're going to learn how to style our apps with CSS. Now, in PySci 6 here, we call this QSS, all right? But anyway, so it's super easy. First, I'm going to start by applying inline styles, and then we're gonna do it externally, all right? So super simple. We grab the button itself, right? In this case, I'm just gonna style the button, okay? So we're gonna grab the button, and then we got these methods accessible to us, right? Then we're gonna look for one that's called set style sheet, just like that, all right? And here, what we can do is we can say background. We can set the CSS properties here and values, all right? So we can say background color, and let's just say, let me just look for a blue one here. So 0078, I think is D7, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna find out in a minute. And then remember to put your semicolon there, because that's for the language to know, hey, we're done with this, all right? And color, then let's just say white. And then we're done with that one, and that's it. Let's just do it like this for now. We're just gonna write just a couple of them. And then, yeah, that's it for this. Watch this. Now, if we save it and we execute this, you can see now that we do have a blue button. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Right? Super, super cool, right? And all you have to do is use this method here to allow to do inline styling. Now, you can also do inline styling with, what do you call this? The triple string, literal, all right? The triple quotes, all right? So let me show you this. So you grab the button again, and I went there blank for a minute, guys. I've been coding like for 12 hours. All right, so 12 hours can get you like this. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. But now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use this, let me see if I can get it right this time. This triple quotes, all right? This multi-line string, literal in Python, multi-line string, literal, all right. So we do it like this, and we do 3, and then 3 more. Simple as that. And then we just break that in here. Let's bring that there so it doesn't look that bad. All right. So this will allow us to put multiple values in multiple lines without, having our code get messed up or anything. So watch this. So let's grab all this and just paste it here, just like that. And then I'm just gonna put that down here. There we go. All right. And then we'll just do semicolon there. And yeah, that's, there we go. All right. And then we'll do border radius. I'm just gonna put some more things in here. 6 pixels, just to make it a little rounded. And maybe do some padding here, just so that way it looks good. 8 pixels, and then 12 pixels. All right, let me see. This style sheet. And then here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this here. That way, when I do this, yeah, it's still giving me just a little issues there, but it's okay. That's fine. This is the cost when you're doing inline styling, that your editor doesn't want to apply things correctly. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're doing good here. Okay, let's go and execute this, and now you can see that how the button looks. All right. Perfect. So inline styling, you can do it like this, or you can use this multi-line, quotes here, this triple quotes. Now, let's go ahead and take this externally, which is, I think, a lot better. All right. So what I'm going to do inside my project here, I'm going to create a file. I'm going to call this style.qss. Boom. And now this is where I'm going to be applying all the styles here. All right. So I'm just going to copy this and put it in here, just like that, right? Not really. What I need to do is I need to give it the object that I need to style, right? So I'm gonna comment this out, all of this. And now if I save this and execute it, it's empty, right? There's nothing there. Okay, that's what I want. So now we're gonna start writing this here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say guys, and one thing here to keep in mind, that if you don't see your syntax highlighting, like if you don't, not syntax highlighting, but if you don't see this looking nice, let's just say Q push button like this. If you don't see colors in here, okay, that means you're missing an extension. Let me go ahead and give it to you right now. So it's called Qt, and let me see if I got it. Qt for Python right here. This is what I got. Let me see. There we go. So yeah, Qt for Python will give you guys the syntax support. All right. Sorry about that. You can see that syntax highlighting for this guy here, right? For QSSS. Anyway, so go ahead and install that, and that way you should be able to see this in color. And make sure when you do something like that, you do Command Shift or Control Shift, open this up and reload your window, right? Or quit VS Code so that way that can apply. But anyway, so I'm gonna apply those styles in here. So I'm gonna do background. I don't have automation here, so that sucks. Let me, all right, let me copy this down and then I'll fix it here, okay? Let's come back here and here and here, all right. So that is going to give styles to all these Q push buttons, all right? So they all gonna be styled the same, all right? Right here, all right. So right now, if I go back and I save this and I execute this again, you can see that nothing is here because we still need one more step. We need to apply it to our app, all right? First of all, there are two steps actually. We need to create a function and then we need to apply it. So let's go ahead and create this function. Now, this function needs to be outside of your class, okay? So remember that this here, these slots here are inside our class. We need to create this function outside. This function is going to load up our style sheet. So let's call it load style sheet. Style sheet. Hopefully I'm spelling this correctly, right? You guys think I'm doing good? All right. So we're going to pass this app in here. Well, we're going to get the app. So we're going to take an argument. And then here, we're going to use open, just like we do with files, right? Because that's what we're doing here. We are going to read a file. So we're going to read a file that we got right here called style.qss. So style.qss, and let's read it. And as a matter of fact, let me just do this, just as F. All right. Once we close it, then let's create a variable here. Just like we're reading files. I know you guys probably done this before, but let's go here. And we're going to use this method called setStyleSheet, which we use right here, I believe. Right here. All right. Boom. Now that we are looping through this, and now we got the file, we just gonna apply it. Boom. Okay. Once that's done, now if you go back and you execute it, nothing's gonna happen yet. We're not applying this yet. We're just creating the function, right? Here's where you apply it to the main application. So you grab the load style sheet function and you pass in this app right here. Boom. And now you save it. Now, when you open your console and execute this, you get this set. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. There we go. Sorry about that. And this boom, there we go. Now we got it working. You see that? Very simple. Let's recap real quick. And guys, by the way, those of you that are brand new, remember to subscribe. Remember to like the video. Remember there is a link in the description of the video. Let's recap on what we did. We learned how to create the first inline styling like this, and then with the triple quotes like this. And then now with this new version, right, with external style sheets, we create, well, first of all, we create this function that can read the file, right? Then we set it just like the ones before. We set this style sheet we pass in that style sheet, and then we load it right here. That's the external one. Anyway, you guys ready for the next one? Let's keep being consistent. Very good job, guys. If you finish this, you're going to achieve great things in life. Finish what you start. Remember that. I'll see you guys on the next lecture, all right? Take care.